Hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you all for joining me for this community class on conversational AI. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to jump into the Zoom call, but we will be started here soon. Thank you again for joining. All right, folks, let's get started into all of this. Right now, I've got posted our agenda. Thank you again for joining this community class about conversational AI. We are going to start with some quick introduction, go into what conversational AI is with some technical definitions, but nothing too deep, no panicking. Discussing some examples such as ChatGPT versus what is a chatbot. And then after we brainstorm some ways in which you can use conversational AI in personal or business, we will do a little bit of lab work, have some hands-on time with ChatGPT as a class. At the end of this presentation, I'll show this QR code again, but please feel free to scan this code now. I'll drop it in the chat for anybody who needs this link. This is a survey and a knowledge check that I do ask you to please fill out, especially if you are in the Jefferson County area. Not only does this help me grow professionally, it is also required from University of Louisville for me to be paid my stipend. Information is gathered for grant funding. Digital Literacy the Trainer program is a grant-funded opportunity that provides free training for community trainers and learners seeking to enhance their digital skills. Folks, if you have more questions or want to learn more about ways to enhance your digital knowledge, you can visit the University of Louisville Digital Transformation Center online. All right, folks, let's get into it. My name is Lex. I have a background in technical training. My most recent work was with NCR, training hospitality, restaurant, and retail services on their point of sales. I am a University of Louisville alumni and a co-Louisville graduate. As part of the Digital Literacy Train the Trainer program, my goal is to bring a stronger understanding of technical topics to the community. Today's community class is that of conversational AI. What is conversational AI? If anyone has some examples, feel free to jump off mute and holler out, raise a hand, or drop them in chat. Some examples that I know of are going to be ChatGPT, things called virtual assistants, Siri, Alexa, Google, which I think is now called Gemini. You might see Copilot on your Windows devices. Autocomplete and spell check, things we use every day, those are great examples of what we call conversational AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, but what makes this particular AI unique is that it is technology we can talk to like we would another person. So definitively, conversational AI is technology that a user can converse with or talk to. Just like those examples we mentioned, you can speak to the device or text just like you would speak to another person. This AI is then able to interpret what you have said and generate an answer for you. Now, how does it do that? Conversational AI uses three main components: large, and I do mean very large volumes of data, a thing called machine learning, and natural language processing. Large volumes of data. Humans have been collecting data forever. Think of the census or any time you have ever filled out a survey or signed up for something, that data is collected and compiled digitally. I like to think of this as the building block or the base layer of AI. Machine learning is made up of algorithms and data sets that are continuously able to improve upon themselves. So as input grows, as more humans use conversational AI, as users put in user input, the machine gets better at recognizing patterns and uses it to make predictions. Natural language processing is the current method of analyzing language. I like to think of this as a machine version of a linguistics professional, someone who's analyzing types of speech. So with machine learning, natural language processing, and large data sets, that's the basis or building blocks of conversational AI. On a more practical side, conversational AI is a tool. There are many variations of this tool. But one of the more recognized ones and free to use is ChatGPT, not to be confused with a chatbot. ChatGPT is a conversational AI that is capable of interpreting natural speech or text, return an answer, and learn from the conversation. The GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which is a name for the specific AI software. Chatbot is much simpler. Chatbot is limited to a predefined set of questions and answers that have been programmed into it. Think of the times you're on a phone call or an automated customer service call, and the bot asks you to say, for billing, say billing. For moving, say moving. For technical issues, say technician. It is asking for a set yes or no or keyword for you to say, and then it's going to redirect you according to its programming. The lower left image here is a example of a chatbot. Now, this does say virtual assistant because this is the first layer in its chatbot and AI kind of systems for USAA. But as you can see, this chatbot is going to start out with a set of predefined things I can select, right? I'm not able to type in a question or an answer or speak to it. ChatGPT or conversational AI generally will change that phone call, right? That customer service phone call into in a few words. Tell us what you're calling for. So if you need billing, you can reach billing by saying, I have a question about my bill. It's high. I'm moving. I need to change my billing address. Or I need to pay my bill. All three of those statements are going to get you to billing department. You don't have to just say billing. So instead of asking for those keywords, it can interpret what you are saying. The image in the upper right that says just answers veterinary is an example of a conversational AI, lots of times called a virtual assistant, and more truly so. You can see that the question was posed, or in this case, a statement about my dog, and the AI was able to interpret what I was asking for or talking about. And in this case, ask follow-up questions to gather more data about the situation. Notice how it's asking about the dog. It's not asking about a cat, not asking even in general terms about an animal or pet. It's able to take the things that I have said and give me generate an answer that is human-like. So how can I use conversational AI? You can use it in business, school, personal life. Some great uses that I can talk to you about right now are resume building, cover letters, blogging, email responses, marketing content, brainstorming, spell, and code check. Some larger business uses might be for HR or healthcare, and you've likely already used them in some capacity. So think resume building and cover letters. We'll kind of play around with that ChatGPT. The blogging or social media or marketing contents, your up and coming influencer is probably not got a team of editors just yet. So they might be using ChatGPT or another conversational AI to create in bulk blog posts or social media blurbs that keep them active in the social media scene. Brainstorming ideas I like a lot because you can kind of bounce sort of ideas or overcome maybe a writer's block through that process. Those big companies like HR and healthcare, HR, you can do onboarding or process basic information about somebody. You can even use it for a help hotline. Maybe I've got questions about payroll and I need to get through HR, but HR doesn't want to shift through all these people. If I just have a question for payroll, I can go through their automated chat, GPT, or conversational AI system. Healthcare, there's going to be lots of times, even in telehealth or when you enter the ER, where you're going through some pre screening questions. Now, academia, as you may note, the question mark, and there's a little bit of controversial about conversational AI or ChatGPT in writing papers or in academia in general. Brings up the question of plagiarism. And using conversational AI is 100% plagiarism. Conversational AI does not always return accurate or truthful facts. It does not offer any citation for the user. And remember, it's using pattern recognition to generate a human sounding answer. It's not doing the research for you. That being said, though, if you have a little bit of writer's block, conversational AI is great for brainstorming how to break past those points. Like all tools, technologically advanced or just a hammer, they work best when their user knows how to use it and when to use it. And with conversational AI, there are shortfalls and limitations you want to keep in mind when using. Language input. While AI learns, this improves, it still struggles with things like accents, slang, or colloquialisms. It lacks emotional intelligence, common sense, and the ability to understand context. Privacy and security is a very serious limitation since AI uses such large sets of data that is recording all of its input and added to that data set. Sensitive information is highly vulnerable. When using conversational AI for things like HR onboarding or healthcare, topics like social security numbers, insurance numbers, best kept for more secure data collection methods. Limited data. Now, yes, I've said multiple times how large the data sets are, but those data sets stopped at 2021. And that means things like current events are going to be inaccurate. Conversational AI is going to give you the best answer it thinks it's most likely according to its data and its pattern recognition. It's not going to return a factual or unbiased answer. And of course, not everyone in the world is ready to let AI take over those human interactions. Many folks are reluctant to use these tools. All right, let's practice and try out with ChatGPT. Right now, we're going to take a short break if you need to. I'm going to take a few minutes to shift gears and change my screen. Okay, let's practice. If you're on your laptop or a mobile device, you can type into your browser the following URL. You can even click it out of the chat here in Zoom. You can also just Google ChatGPT. You do not need to log in or download any apps, and you may just be asked to start now. You can skip any login screens. Once we're there, let's ask ChatGPT to please write me a cover letter. Please me a cover letter. Now, we've given it a very vague and open-ended request, and it's returned with a little bit more detail finding. Of course, to craft a tailored cover letter, let's get some more information. It gives us four things that it's going to ask us for. Now, I do want to know, I write the same request every single time I do this. Please write me a cover letter. Sometimes I have five details it wants me to put in. Sometimes it rewords what these details are, and sometimes it gives me different ones. They're all very similar, but this is just one example that ChatGPT is not a definitive set of answers. It's going to change every single time you ask it the same question. So we've got some things that we're going to go ahead and put back in here, right? We've got some other couple of ways that you can go about this. You can start typing in the answers one by one, type in job title, etc. You can be more fluid with it. You can say, I'm applying for. Now, I'm going to go over to governmentjobs.com. This is Louisville Metro's job opportunities, and I'm just going to grab administrative specialist. We're going to copy this directly, go back over to chat and paste it in. I'm applying for administrative specialist. And we're going to go ahead and copy these examples of duties. Lots of jobs and job postings have these kinds of keywords and things of that sort. A lot of times their AI is going to look for matches to these duties or requirements, right? We're going to copy this. We're going to go to ChatGPT and we're going to finish typing in our requests. I'm applying for administrative specialist with MetroSafe. Please include the following job descriptions and duties. I'm going to shift return, hit and paste. I'm going to leave in my spelling error because ChatGPT can figure it out. And here we are. We've got ourselves a cover letter. Let's look here at the top. You see some things that are generic with brackets around them, like your name, address. We can input this information at any point in time. You can also say to ChatGPT, like right here where it says hiring manager's name. Let's say hiring manager is Steven Universe. And it's input that name in all the places that it needs it. Now, because this is a name, it's not going to give me an autocorrect. because it's thinking like a human. Oh, this must be a name. It must be how it's spelled. Let's read the very first paragraph here. I'm writing to express my interest in the administrative specialist position at Metro Safe. As advertised, with a solid background in administrative support and a proven track record of efficiently managing complex projects, I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team and help advance Metro Safe's mission. It's a pretty good and solid start to it. The rest of this looks like it has a lot of different things detailing some of those job descriptions. Now, before I ever submit this, I would need to do a few things. First and foremost, I need to read it in full and I need to edit it. There's no way that copying and pasting this is going to be sufficient enough. A human's going to look at it and see, this is something fishy about it. Computers may even misinterpret something and it's said something that's completely inaccurate, illogical, and you didn't catch it if you don't review and edit. We're going to presume the rest of it's pretty good, but we'll read over it again later. It seems a little wordy, though, and I know a lot of recruiters and hiring managers don't like to sit there and read through 1,000 papers. They want the meat, the big points. They don't want to go through a whole lot of fluff. Let's shorten it. So, shorten or make shorter. Make shorter. You can see our first paragraph shortened down to just 2 sentences now. And the whole thing is only a few paragraphs, a little bit more concise. We can see we've got some of those same keywords about budget streamlining processes. And the information up at the top here is kind of just set it down to what it feels is the most important things. We can tell ChatGPT to change this in any capacity. You can copy it, put it into Word, and start editing it yourself. Now let's do one more example. We're going to talk about that customer service email. Let's say Hurricane Helen has wiped out my supply chain for my keychain business, right? And I've got a lot of delayed shipments. I'm not a big enough business to pay for services like MailChimp or things of that sort, but I do know how to blast emails to everybody about an issue that's going on. But I don't really know how to word it for everybody or generically or make it sound like it's professional. So let's ask ChatGPT to do it. I need an email to address my delayed shipment for my keychain business. All because of Hurricane Helen. All right. We've said it in a human-like way. We didn't say input this, input that, or anything of that sort. We've asked it a simple little request that we might ask somebody like secretary. And here's what it returns. Oh, this message finds you well. Wanted to reach out personally to inform you about the delay in the shipment of your recent keychain order due to Hurricane Helen. It's parsed out all the big things that I need it to say. The severe weather's impacted our production and shipping timelines, and we're working diligently to resolve this. We can ask it to make it shorter. We can ask it to make it longer. We can say, use our company name more often. There's a lot of different things that you can do with ChatGPT. Folks, you can do a lot with ChatGPT. Feel free to grab something from LinkedIn or another job site, or look at maybe job requirements that you want. You can ask it, I need a job posting for a secretary. Start generating things like that. You can post on Indeed or LinkedIn yourself if you're a small business owner. Have fun and play around with it. I'm going to leave you in this ChatGPT space for your own leisure. Play around, explore it, Google some other options out there if you want to spend money or time on more robust systems. But ChatGPT, again, free and open for you to use. Here again, I'm dropping that QR code and the link to this Microsoft form. I do ask, especially if you are in Jefferson County, to please fill out this form. It is a quick survey, a quick data collection for grant funding, a small knowledge check of what we have done in class today, and a little bit of review for me. I am looking for feedback to grow myself professionally and am hopeful that you will give me some good input. I want to thank you all again for your interest in conversational AI, the uses in your daily life, and I hope that you leave this class feeling like you have a better understanding, more robust understanding of this technological tool. Thank you.